My name is Vanessa Galvez. My experiment was, what is the effect of sand, soil, and water on the growth of a pineapple? To better explain this, I thought following along in a guideline would be easier to explain as well. So we're going to start with the hypothesis, which is based on your research. You would predict what you think would be the outcome of the experiment. In this case, I thought water would be the best resource for a pineapple to grow both faster and healthier, as opposed to the fertilizer and the sand that we are also testing. For this experiment, we need materials to conduct it. So that would be the ruler that would be needed, measuring tools, sand, water, which is just regular water. We got fertilizer, we also have the pineapple crowns, 16 of these, and we got the potting soil, and we have our pots, 16 of these as well. So now we're going to be looking for the three variables of this experiment, which is the dependent variable, the independent variable, and the control. These three variables are very important to keep in mind in every experiment. So we're going to start with the dependent variable, which is the responding variable. In this case, it's the growth of the roots. So along the experiment, we would see this. The independent variable is what the scientist changes throughout the experiment. So that would be the sand, the soil, and the water, which is what I'm testing. And then we have the control, which is something that stays constant. It's always the same. In this experiment, it's the amount of light the plants are exposed to, the same size of pot and the same size of amount of soil, the temperature where plants were grown, the same amount of pineapple crowns in each group, the same depth of pineapples are planted in. So those are our three variables that we are going to be conducting. So now we're going to go on with the procedures. First, you would gather your materials, which is what we just did, and then we'll go on with the first procedure, which is take 4 pots and place 500 millimeters of potting soil in them, and then label them. Okay, so you're going to need your tool to get your potting soil. And this is the potting soil from this side. Okay. I just thought it would be easier to have it all next to us. And I went ahead and labeled this already. So it'll be potting soil 1, potting soil 2, potting soil 3, and potting soil 4. We go on now to our next procedure, which is the water, same amount, which is the 500 milliliters of water in your next pots. Okay. on with our third procedure. So repeat this process with sand and with potting soil, but both of these groups are also receiving 7 grams of fertilizer per pot. And you label them as well. Oh, and for the water, we did label them. Water 2, water 3, and water 4. So we're going to go on with the sand like it says. So let me repeat it. It says, repeat this process with sand and with potting soil, but both of these groups also receive 7 grams of fertilizer per pot. And we're going to label them as well. So we're going to start with our sand. So it's going to be 500 milliliters as well. There was some left, so make sure you put them on it. Okay, so now we're going to go with our potting soil. Amount, which is 500 milliliters. Okay, but it says for these 2 last groups, you're going to add fertilizer, and that is 7 grams of fertilizer. So you'll get your fertilizer, your measurement tool. We're going to do that with the potting soil as well. That's the fertilizer. It's 7 grams. Okay, and you're going to label these. Just like you did the water and the potting soil alone, but now you're going to label them. Sand with fertilizer, 1, 2, and so forth. Also with the potting soil, or with the fertilizer, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to go on with our next procedure, which is to place the crowns in each pot 6 centimeters deep. It explains, okay? So we are going to use our ruler. It's asking for 6 centimeters. And for the water, it says just to let them go all the way to the bottom of the pot for the water process. Okay, so we go on with the stand and fertilizer. 6 centimeters deep. One more. I'm going to take 6 centimeters. Okay. And the last one. Okay. So now we are done placing the pineapples. Seems like we are done with our procedures. So the last step that we have is results. And my results indicated that my hypothesis was correct, which is that the pineapples will grow much richer and faster in water than they did in soil or sand. So to prove that to keep process of that, I did a graph chart. This would let you know that water being the blue was, by the 4th week that I tested it, was much richer and the roots were much healthier and longer, as opposed to the potting soil fertilizer, and the sand fertilizer, which all three have an indication of what they mean. Now that I have finished with all of this, I have questions if I would test this again, which is a better understanding of the whole process that I have now. I would get better pots, as in clear, that way I'd be able to see through them, and I wouldn't have to pick them up to test the roots or to see through them or anything like that. I would just see it through the pots itself. Another question I would have for the next process, if I would test this again, would be I would expose them more to sunlight to see if the results would be the same. And now that I know that water is the best resource of growth for the pineapple, I would test definitely the water and then have other sources of growth media to see if that's better than the water.